Remember when cryptos were fun? It's the morning cryptos. Oh man, ouch, 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 ouch. Well, we are at day 45 of my big 90-day challenge to dive deep into the world of cryptocurrencies and to learn about them, to understand them, and to learn about the human psychology and the hypnosis of money. And we are seriously looking at some red stuff here on this chart. And I'm going to reset the chart because all of the dumbass lines I drew yesterday certainly don't look like they make any sense now. There was a wedge. Once upon a time, there was a wedge. And the thing with wedges I'm learning is things can break out below them. And I don't like it. And look at this. Bitcoin is trading at 38. It's 38. 28, 38 something, 38, 24, or wherever the hell it is. Ouch. Ouch, people. And there's no fundamental reason, really, for Bitcoin to be so sad right now. So I'm going to get rid of my lines, reset chart, and I don't know. I don't want to do this anymore. It's not fun. Right? That's the other piece, particularly for those of us who are new into this market, is, you know, the excitement of when it goes up is, why did it put me on a 1 hour chart? Okay, let's go back to the 1 day chart. Thank you very much. Good. Okay. So looking at this without all the stupid lines I drew, you know, I still have to draw a line. I'm sorry. It's like, look at this. This is the real trend, right? I mean, you can move the line here. It's still up. But this is really, you know, this is what it wants to do. This is what it's been doing, right? And you can say, well, what it's doing is what it really wants to do. It's really just a record of people's thinking, right? But it's stinking thinking, right? It's shitty thinking. It's defeatist, fearful, lack thinking. And the only way to really take money out of these markets is to think differently. That's my whole theory. And the thing is, we have to acknowledge our emotions. We have to acknowledge them in order to be aware of them. We have to understand the fact that this is fear of loss right now, uncertainty and doubt, whereas the other fear is when it's going up, is the fear of missing out, which is FOMO. So we got FUD and we got FOMO, and right now we're in FUD. So, yeah. Good time to pick yourself up some Bitcoin. You know, just think of it as a sale. It's on sale. It will recover. It will continue back to 5,000. And just look. You could buy it today. And you thought you'd miss the boat. You could buy it. You could buy it at August 12th prices. This is where it was on August 12th. Exactly a month ago. This is where it was exactly a month ago. So talk about retracement. But again, this is the process of change. We make a change, we move forward, and then we fall back, right? And this could be a sideways trading range. You know, this may work into, I've got to have a sideways trading range. That's the only thing I know. But we could have a sideways trading range for a while. You know, it could be working its way this way, right? Maybe we're entering a sideways trading range. That would be cool. That I can work with. But just dropping for no reason other than people panicking, that's ridiculous. You know, I can understand why you would panic in the stock market because it's built on air and fluff. But this actually works. This is a currency that actually people have value, and they're bringing more value into it every day. So this is temporary, people. Hang in there. Keep the faith. And, yeah. It's still disheartening, isn't it? It's a little disheartening. Unless you know how to work this. Unless you know how to buy low, sell high, and then buy again. Right? Buy low, sell high, and then buy back. Buy low, sell high. But until you see a pattern, until like when it's switching over, sometimes it's hard to see. It's like the water is murky and muddy and roiling, and you don't know which way is the current flowing. Is the tide coming in or is the tide going out? How do you know? Right? And that's why just kind of studying these charts is really helpful. Because it gives you the illusion that you know what's going to happen. Let's just look real quick at the 1 hour. Oh, Bitcoin. Poor little Bitcoin. Oh, it's all over the place. Look at this. It's sad. It's sad. It's a sad little cryptocurrency. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. And look, just the sell volume down here is pretty noticeable. Yeah. I'm going to just get rid of the, whoops. Hide the, yeah. So up, down, 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 up, down. Right? That's the rhythm. Well, there's no rhythm. It's like it's just fear. So hang in, people. Hang in and hang on. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. All right, let's look at Dash. Go back to the 1-day chart. Yeah. I don't know when this is going to turn around. It may come all the way back down to here and then work its way back up. But, you know, fundamentally, it is strong, right? It is so fundamentally strong. And it's just, this is just what markets do, people. And, you know, you can try to tag it to a news item. But let's say, you know, with Dash, that you just follow this longer term. Whoops. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of these just so I can see what I'm doing here. Let's just say with Dash, you just kind of grabbed a line that kind of looks like it's running through the middle. This is not a statistically accurate average. It's just a visual, right? You kind of drill a line through what it had been doing. This big boost is a crazy anomaly. And it's going to, you know, if it comes back here, it's, you know, if it works its way back here, it's still higher than it was. That's really the pattern, right? So if you kind of look at the, maybe the bigger pattern, you know, to give yourself an idea of this is, you know, this is actually, this boost up maybe have been totally artificial, right? Something might have been manipulating that. We don't know. It was just news. It was good news, right? But bad news is stickier. So in the long run, it's still up, right? It's still up, and it's ahead of schedule, right? Here's the schedule, and it may come above and below this line. It may have wider swings. We don't know what it's going to do. But the bottom line is we have to study it and understand it so that we can surf it. So, yeah, Sorry I don't have good news for you today, people. It's sad. It's depressing. It's like the fun is kind of going out of it for me. I'm like, I almost didn't want to do this morning. I'm like, I don't want to tell people a bunch of bad news. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know. And I wish I did know, and I don't know. And that's okay. We just have to do what we got to do. And we're going to go to Ethereum. Yeah, the mighty double top of Ethereum. Really, really, now it looks like the double top and perhaps the double bottom. We'll see. We'll see. This is like the crossing the line here. We'll see if it keeps going down. My gut feeling is that all of these are going to find some support and they're going to rebound soon. But it could be a month. It could be a couple of weeks. It could be, you know, who knows if the stock market crashes in October, like all the experts are talking about, we may see cryptos take off, right? So again, watch your own emotions through this. Watch how you don't want to look at the cryptos every second like you were. I don't know. That's what's going on with me. I'm like, yeah, I'll look at it later. It's like, whereas before I was like, ooh, let me check it again. Ooh, let me check it again. How much is in my wallet now? Now I don't even look at my wallet. I'm like, I don't want to look. I don't want to look, right? That is psychological, people. That is normal human response to this. So the person who's going, oh God, I love it. It's down. Oh my God, it's awesome. That's the person who's going to make money. That's the person who's going to make money because they're not afraid of it going down. They have a strategy for how to use it. And that is, when it boosts up, they sell, and then they buy back lower. But you don't know how low it's going to go, and you don't know how high it's going to go, right? So how do you know when to sell, right? That's kind of the next step in the learning curve is, all right, somebody's making a living doing this. How do they do it? How do they know, right? Maybe it's time to learn some more. Maybe it's time to take another step deeper into the rabbit hole of cryptos. We don't know. But the real issue is, if you're a small guy, your biggest strength is your patience and your willingness to hang in long term. And then when you see a good exit point, to take it. Because there will always be exit points and there will always be entry points. And right now, I think we're hanging in that uncertainty place where people are like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to buy right now because it might go lower, right? I don't know if I want. And other people are like, I don't know if I want to sell right now. It's lower than I want to sell at, right? So you have that now in the market too. Interesting. So let's look at the 1 hour chart. Oh, ouch. The 1 hour chart is really depressing. Look at this. Ethereum, 261.31. Ouch. Right? But the people that know what they're doing, they're going, ooh, it's a sale. Ethereum's on sale today. We will see $1,000 Ethereum. Right? This will be we'll look back and go, wow. Remember how we doubted Ethereum? Right? Because the bigger movement is towards these cryptos. Remember that, people. This is temporary. This too shall pass. It's actually the theme that I had at my sound healing hypnosis program on Sunday. It was like, this too shall pass. Like, whatever we think is the reality, it's temporary. Everything's temporary. So yeah. Sorry I'm not all full of good news today, people. Let's look at Litecoin. Ouch. 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 Oh, ouch. Litecoin. Oh, but let's look at the long term. Let's force ourselves to look at the long term trend. Look at all these bottoms, right? This is where Litecoin should be. And it should be here, according to its longer term schedule, it should be here on October 12th. And it's already here, so it's still ahead of schedule, people. That's what you need to think about, right? And what if we draw a line here, all these tops? I don't know what that does, but I feel better somehow. Whoops, ouch. Come on. Yeah. Litecoin. Come on, Litecoin. I have a sell stop at 91. Right? Because that's where I should have had it before I learned how to put a sell stop in, right? And boom, it would have hit it. I would have taken profits. And it still could get there and still will get there. It's just going to take longer, right? And that's the learning curve. Okay, fine. Ouch, 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 ouch. Monero. Now Monero, this is interesting. This is where Monero should be according to its trend. We'll just kind of do an approximate trend here. Right? There's kind of the trend. That's a serious anomaly. It's not supposed to be that high until November, right? So maybe that's what's going on. Who knows? Who knows? We don't know. But this boost up really looks bizarre now, doesn't it? It looks kind of artificial, just like the drop. But that's the biggest move in the history of this currency, right? And we're going to see bigger ones. That's my prediction. We'll see. All right. That's it. I can't stand it anymore. It hurts too much to look at these. Ow. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. Wow. All right. So here's the wrap up. Okay. It's been 45 days. And in my first week, it just seemed like nothing was happening. So, because that was the week Bitcoin was waiting for the hard fork. If you'll remember, the first week of August. And so I started watching videos by Craig, I think it's Craig Ferguson and Levon James, and they were talking about Control Finance and BitConnect and Genesis Mining. And I think they were right on with the Genesis Mining, but I think the Control Finance and the BitConnect, I think those are Ponzi schemes, people. Control Finance is no longer paying out. I put a serious chunk into Control Finance. And I discovered this guy, Ryan Berkness, who was paying off his credit card debt with high yield investment programs. And it was exciting. It was really exciting because there was danger and yet I was making money. There was the illusion of danger, right? And then after a week it all collapsed, right? And then I just lost money. And then it's like the hot stove. I didn't want to touch it anymore, right? And I'm just not interested. People have tried to interest me in other hypes, other programs, other scams or schemes. Not interested, right? And the question is, how can you keep your interest? How can you keep your enthusiasm even in the times when it seems like the markets just are not going your way? Nothing's going your way. How do you deal with that, right? And that's where knowing yourself and some patience and having a long-term plan are helpful. Right now, there's nothing to do except hold. If you haven't taken your profits, which I didn't know how to do really, if you haven't taken profits, you just got to hang in, right? And it's time to buy some more. That's really, and I first started by just buying $20 a day. And I didn't even look at the price. I just bought $20 a day. If it was up, I bought less. If it was down, I bought more. And if you just tax yourself You know, pay yourself first, 10% every day. You know, and don't put it all in cryptos, maybe, right? Put some of it, like I just bought 1 share of Tesla stock, right? That's a long-term hold, and it's not in crypto. It's in an emerging industry that I think is going to conquer the world. And it's not cheap right now, but I know it's going to be worth more, right? I think it was $350, and I bought 1 share of Tesla stock. And I think, you know, one of the things you can do in these times when you just kind of step back from the cryptos and let them unwind, you need to have some other plans. You need to start setting aside a certain amount of money and putting it into assets that grow in value, right? And only you can decide what it is that you think, based on your research and based on your lifestyle and based on your values and based on your vision for your future. Only you can decide where to put your money. Put your money where your mouth is, right? And then ultimately, we have to invest in ourselves. And that's another big shift for me, is I kind of took the summer off from doing my music and from doing, from seeing clients and from doing programs. And me doing the cryptos actually helped to connect me with this guy, Jonathan Allen, who is who I'm doing work and music and helping him promote his new healing center, right? So, but we started talking about the cryptos, right? He got interested. I turned him on to Bitcoin, right? And so without the cryptos, I wouldn't have moved forward in my other businesses. Does that make sense? Because this is a way to filter out people in your life, right? If you're into cryptos and no one else is, you're going to be drawn to other people who are open-minded enough to be available to this. Does that make sense? And that's going to help filter your direction as you choose your path with heart, right? That's kind of the whole process here. And my spiritual practice is to surrender to what is to surrender to what is showing up in my life. What is it that I'm so curious about that I'm putting my attention on, right? And there's also a time to take a step back as well and take a breath. And you're seeing that all here in the markets, like intense interest and then some back off, right? Intense progress and then some retracement and consolidation. That's the process. And it's not always pleasant. Sometimes it's messy. Success is messy, people, right? Creativity is messy. I've got half a dozen projects I'm working on right now, and some of them are not anywhere near complete, right? And I set them aside to look at this. And that's what I needed to do, right? That's what these markets are doing as well. And they respond to mass thought forms. And I've been purposely kind of stepping out of the mass media, the mainstream media, and thinking different thoughts, right? So that's what I challenge you to do today, is think yourself some different thoughts. Reimagine what the purpose of you being involved and excited and interested in cryptos is. And use this as the opportunity to take yourself deeper, right? And I know so much more now after 45 days of obsessing over this and trying a lot of different things. And the things that are working, like I still get Bitcoin every day from Genesis Mining, from my little mining contracts. I get some Ethereum. I think they're on a every other day schedule with Ethereum. I get some... what else do I have? I think I have some Monero, but I think they're paying me in Bitcoin for that. Okay, so, you know, that's a good strategy, particularly for dealing with this up and down stuff with trading. If you just want, and I'm really recommending just getting as much Bitcoin as you can, just starting to get it. Whenever it goes down, whenever it's on sale, buy a little, right? Set yourself some kind of a budget every day and just start taxing yourself. For me, it was 20 bucks because I don't notice 20 bucks, even if it comes out every day, but I do notice like 100, and $40. If I do that in a chunk, that takes a big bite out of my checkbook, right? But if I just do it $20 a day, and at Coinbase, you can set it up. That's the simplest thing. That's what I started with. I might go back to that. Just 20 bucks. So 20 bucks today would buy you more than 20 bucks did a couple of weeks ago. That's all. And then tomorrow, 20 bucks might buy you more. And then a couple of days later, it might go up and you'll get less, but you're buying less as it goes up. So it just protects you on the way up. You're still buying some, but you'll always buy more when it's down. It's just an automated system, and it doesn't matter what time of day. You just pick a time of day and just do it. You don't have to look at it. So that might be the lesson. Let's stop overthinking. Let's systematize. Let's set this up so we buy 20 bucks a day this week, and then maybe next week we buy 20 bucks a day of Genesis mining contracts. Whatever you want to do, again, this is not to be construed as advice. This is just some ideas for dealing with the volatility and the uncertainty in a way that benefits you and to keep a long-term mindset. All right? So that's it for today. My name is Mark Shepard, and this is day 45. I'm halfway through a 90-day challenge to go deep into the rabbit hole of cryptocurrencies and to learn what I can learn and to share what I've learned in a way that hopefully is helpful to you, or at least somewhat entertaining, and also will provide some historical record so that in the future, we can come back and go, remember when we thought Bitcoin was just tanking and it wasn't going to go up anymore? Well, oh, look at this, right? We don't know. And hindsight is always 20/20. But when you're in the midst of it and trying to gauge which way the current of the currency is going to flow, it's challenging. And it's not for the faint of heart, right? It's not for the faint of heart. And most people are not cut out for this. And I don't know if I'm cut out for it. All right. So that's what I'm learning about myself. And hopefully you're learning about you. And if you like this stuff, please subscribe and make sure you do the little bell thing so you get alerts, and share this, like it, give me a thumbs up. That helps a lot. And I think that's it for today. We'll see where it goes, people. And I think we should just start the music and get the hell away from these charts for a while and go do something. Take a walk, build something, do something with your hands, right? Think about what you really want to do with your life, and to know that this is a part of it, and an important part, but perhaps there are other ways to make a living that would truly satisfy you. We'll see, right? And this may be it. This may be the thing. I'm always looking for a way to do something faster, easier, and better. And sometimes maybe we should just go for the long way home. Take the long way home. All right, that's it. Out of here. Start the music.